Femi Falana wants BA British Airways Virgin Atlantic flight suspended over UK's refusal to grant Airpeace London route. Can you imagine? So, Nigerian Airpeace, it has the capability to fly from Lagos to London Heathrow, but the British have refused to grant them the license for some reasons best known to them. I think this is similar to what Emirates wanted to do to, or they were doing to Nigerian airlines. In Dubai, they refused Airpeace to land, and when they finally granted, I think they gave them Doha also, or somewhere else that does not have traffic, because of their business interest of looting Nigeria. They know that if they grant that license, then most Nigerians will fly the Airpeace rather than flying the BA, because obviously it will be a bit cheaper, and then the BA will lose market. I know. So now that what Dubai did to Nigeria, Nigeria had to fight it out, is what the UK now is doing to Nigeria again. And so based on this, Femi Falana has asked that Nigerian government should suspend the British Airways and the Virgin Atlantic until they grant Nigerian Airpeace similar license from Lagos to London. But that is true, because if Airpeace can fly it, that money will be preserved in Nigeria and it will be in Naira. Okay, and it will be cheaper for everybody than for British Airways and Virgin Atlantic to be flying that route, and will be paying in pounds, and the whole money will be going back to the UK. This is a very subtle way of looting Nigeria. That is the truth. There's no way British Airways and Virgin Atlantic will be cheaper than Airpeace. And if Airpeace start flying, just be sure that more than half of Nigerian customers that fly BA and Virgin Atlantic to London Heathrow will stop, and they will start using Airpeace. And that is where the concern is with the British, I'm sure. So let's see what Femi Falana has more to say about this suspension or proposed suspension. Lagos-based senior lawyer and human rights activist Mr. Femi Falana called on the federal government to suspend British Airways and Virgin Atlantic from flying into Nigeria until Nigerian carrier Airpeace is allowed to also fly on the Lagos-London route in accordance with the provisions of the bilateral air services agreement, BASA, signed by Nigeria and United Kingdom. So there's even bilateral air services agreement that was signed that these people don't want to honor. Can you imagine? Falana stated this at the Nigerian Bar Association conference held in Abuja recently. Falana explained that BASA allows for reciprocity of flight operations on the route by designated airlines of both countries in line with the agreement signed by both countries. He therefore said it is out of place and unfair for British Airways and Virgin Atlantic to be allowed to continue flying into Nigeria without any Nigerian airline flying to London in return. He observed that Airpeace has proved it has the capacity to operate on the international routes, adding that the airline currently flies to China, Israel, India, and South Africa, among others, using modern aircraft comparable to those of its foreign competitors. So Falana therefore submitted that if Airpeace is not allowed to fly to London, then British Airways and Virgin Atlantic should be stopped from flying to Nigeria. Bagam. And that is also accepted by me. Because these people, Airpeace has done a lot and has the capacity to fly those countries, any country in the world, including the United States. So why is the British now not obeying the agreement, the BASA? Why are they not? That bilateral air services agreement that was signed by both countries. Nigeria is honoring their part, but the UK refuses to honor their part because they want to loot Nigeria, because they know that Airpeace has proven to be perfect competitors, and so if they do honor it and grant them the reciprocal level of operation, then they know that most people will fly uh, um, Airpeace, because you pay in naira, you will not pay in dollars or pounds. That is it. And it will be cheaper for Nigerians. That is it. But these people, that is the reason people are saying that these slave masters don't want African countries to improve, because if they do, they themselves will lose. Just like what France is doing to Niger Republic now, and about to also do to Gabon. Yeah. So it is confirmed that these people deliberately do not want to obey that Basa agreement so that they don't lose on the business side of it. And that is very bad. Terribly very bad. So there are a few comments here. A lot of people have reacted to what Falana is saying. Falana says, somebody said, Falana well said, have you ever seen the Nigerian government after the days of military Obasanjo do the needful in foreign affairs against these parasitic foreign vampires? Airpeace is Igbo Nigerian, and this Muslim ticket and Fulani Caliphate cabals will turn a blind eye to it. Exactly. That is one part of it. So at the end of the day, we find out that we are our own enemies on the other side of it. Because just like this guy has said, because it is Igbo related, they wouldn't want to honor it. I think the Airpeace owner, Alin Onyema, had actually come out to complain what this government is doing to him, irrespective of how much he has contributed to help the government in handling foreign affairs and helping Nigerians that are stranded abroad to come back to Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate. And with the hatred that Tinubu has for Igbos, he also will not look that way. He will turn his blind eyes to this complaint, I tell you, so that the Igbo man will not benefit. But it's not about Igbo now. It's about projecting Nigerian image abroad. Meanwhile, the Air Nigeria they said they are establishing cannot even run. They have looted billions of naira on that project and still it cannot run. Okay, give that Air Nigeria license to Nyema, who has done very well, for where they won't do it because an Igbo man. God will expose all the Fulanis and the Muslim agenda perpetrators in Nigeria. An excellent statement. The West had fooled Africa enough. Everything they do is for their selfish interest. Africa should rise. Africa should arise. And that is it. Well said, Mr. Falano. Enough of this FX pressure on our Naira. That is it. Just like I said earlier, if they grant that opportunity to Ali Onyema and the Airpeace, then Nigerians will fly with their Naira and not with pounds. I support this. Nigerian government, over to you. Do justice to this. The guy will spoil their market. Okay, exactly. Might possibly crash air neck-breaking ticket fares, and that is what we want. With Igbo man, nothing is impossible if only our so-called leaders will wake up, and that is it. We in Africa just playing the fool and allow the West to be milking us. Either they will make crude oil or uranium. They are flying their own aircraft into Nigeria. So why can't our own aircraft fly into their country? They don't want our refineries to work, so we can be importing fuel from them. The West always cheat and blindfold our leaders, and we remain feeble and slave to them. That is exactly what is happening. The people that are supposed to be in power are always neglected. Why? This government, I don't understand. They can't do it because they are partners in business. Serious point with great impact on economy. If government should work on that, they will not. Stop them immediately for where they will not. Yes, so True Talk supported Wooly. They will not support them because they will not stop them because they have hand in all of this. All these presidents that are weak and feeble are the ones used by these Westerners to frustrate the Africans. Yeah? Simple and short, but our dumb handler don't see anything wrong with this kind of arrangements. It is unlikely that this government will follow your suggestion because of credibility challenge. Wow, it's true. The guy has credibility challenge. That is Tinubu himself. All-time barrister, keep the pressure up. Well said. Okay. BA don't want competition on the route. They are making Nigerians dry. Airpeace can reduce the price to 70%. And that is true. They knew what they did to Emirates Airlines flight to Dubai. So it's quite unfortunate that Nigerian government still will not wake up to handle this matter. But Falana has spoken. Over to you, Nigerian government. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.